sure it was legend and not anything else. So,
Yeah. It's crazy how like a simple name or a simple word like can be mispronounced or like just misconstrued so often.
Well, when it comes, I'm sensitive about my artists, so I gotta make sure before the show starts we go live on it and then we got it right. All right, Legend, so tell me a little bit about yourself. What kind of artist are you? How did you get started making music?
Well, rap, as a start. But
well, I know that because I don't know music. But for everybody out there,
for everybody out there, I guess like a good comparison is J. Cole, which is funny because a lot of people tell me like I favor him semi or some ways. So it's like
I didn't want you to be here like boosting your ego right now. But I do love that you have that style to you. I think that is where hip hop is going nowadays. When you listen to it, you want a message in the music. A lot of people listen to his latest album and everyone's like, this album's boring. And then you have people like, actually, I learned a lot. I just got like a degree in J. Cole right now. So it's amazing what you can do with music.
Yeah, it is, and it's a good chance to just spread your message and just spread love or whatever you really want to spread, really. And you don't know who's listening or how important it could be, to that individual. Like for me growing up, like music was a strong outlet for me. That's kind of how I was navigating to being an artist myself as a career. It started where like, my family wasn't in the right spot, and my friends always like pushed me to say, hey, you need an outlet, you need something to kind of release your feelings and emotions out on, and I kind of went to like, okay, well let me write, and then writing went to lyrics, and lyrics went to music.
Oh man, that's so beautiful, because that's how I started in all this anyways, because I would always write my feelings, and my girl would be like, what are you, like, why do you stay up till 2 a.m., 3 a.m.? I was like, well, I like writing, and then it turns into a song once you turn the beat on, and one of my good friends, he's actually an artist here in Orlando, his name is Kiko Man, he would like try to like coach me through the process. And then I just started thinking, I was like, man, like it's gotta be bigger than this, right? It's like we all work jobs and we all get out of our jobs, and you have your hobbies like making music. I think there's gotta be something more. So obviously I went up myself and I was just like, I just want the whole station. I don't even want a show, I want the entire station. But I think that's awesome that you can do that with music. Yeah,
you can, everyone has their method of madness, or like their method to keep from madness, but music is definitely that. So it's been a blessing for me. A lot of people appreciate it. I appreciate those people. So it's been like a fun road, and getting to meet, awesome people such like, y'all selves and everything, listening to music, and it's really
dope vibes.
It's like a real dope experience. So like I just appreciate it. I love every minute of it.
So besides J. Cole, who are some artists that you look up to?
I really like some of the newer artists, but catching them like when it's like a hidden gem.
Yeah.
So like Chance the Rapper, I remember hearing like acid rap, and then going back to listen to 10 Day, and then seeing him grow and develop. And then like with Kendrick Lamar, a great story was I saw him actually in Orlando. I wasn't even living in Orlando at the time. And
so you just came here to go to the concert?
Yeah, because it was Kendrick.
I know.
It's Kendrick. Cool. It's Kendrick, so you got to do it.
Wait, where was he at? Amway?
He wasn't. It wasn't even that big. It was just a small place because it was the Music Matters tour.
Oh, okay.
So this was like way back. He was just getting ready to release Good Kid, Mad City. So this is like section 80.
Were you guys moved by that album or what? I was just like, what is this? Is this real hip hop right now?
Me and my roommates at the time listened to it from like start to finish. Like it was just like a whole. It's like a whole movie. It's a short film. All I know
is when Mad City comes on, it's like the power of the secrets. Oh my god! I just start like, oh my god! All of a sudden I'm in a game. That's it.
You're in a game. Yeah. So I just and I was talking to a couple of people earlier, but just like those connections with artists, that's what makes a super fan. That's someone that's like, I'm gonna stick to you no matter what, because I have those memories and you created that for me. So an opportunity like this is an opportunity for a fan or someone to be like, hey, I kind of like what he's talking about. I like his music, and that kind of builds those fans. So like performing is really important when you're really in front of people. Working consistently is important, but those interactions is nothing that can beat that or supersede that. You can't, go on social media and get that handshake, get that, the joy that you bring to somebody and them seeing the joy you bring to them. So that's really important, and that's, those people that I mentioned with Kendrick and everybody really had those moments. So.
Yeah. What would you say is the most challenging thing for you as an indie artist?
As an indie artist, it's really two roads you can go down. One is kind of like like Rush dropped the song said, "Do it myself." So it's really like doing everything yourself, whether it be production, audio and engineering yourself, obviously writing, rapping, recording yourself, pushing yourself, mastering everything along the nature. You can be a one-man band, but you're spreading yourself very, very thin. And you kind of have to focus on where your heart's at. Is your heart really behind the production? Is it behind being an artist and rapping? Is it mixing and mastering? And if your heart is really in the artistry, it can get daunting sometimes to even do a song.
Wow, that's a great word to use.
Yeah,
I was waiting for that.
That was my word of the day, actually. I got to use it 3 times before the end of the day. I got 2 more to go.
But I completely understand what you're saying and where you're coming from. I'm kind of like that, At first I wanted to do the show, and then I was like, once it was just the show by itself, I was like, all right, well, I'm going to book all the artists. I'm going to interview the artists. Then I'm going to throw an event for all the artists. Then I'm going to book all the artists who are going to appear at the event. Then I'm going to book my DJ, do everything. By the time I got to the venue, I could not breathe. I was just like suffocating. And then I had to host it and work the door.
By the time I get done writing down everything that I have to do, I probably need a breath or two and a bottle of water, just writing down everything.
Yeah, and it's like at some point you need people to, have this, you need people to work for you. And it's just like, well, if I do it, then it's going to get done the way I want it to, know? But then spread yourself thin.
Yeah, it's like a catch.
I beat myself. I'm just like, don't want to talk to nobody for like a whole day. I seriously just sit in my house and eat popcorn. So there's nothing else to do. It's just like, all right, I just need a quiet day. But okay, so we talked a little bit about your artistry. We talked about some artists that you look up to. Do you have any events coming up? Do you have any events that you're going to? Anything you're from?
It's kind of hard. I'm like, if I had to describe myself, it'd be like an extroverted introvert, if that makes sense. Like, everyone kind of has that, like, okay, I can be, amongst people and everything, but I just really love my home.
Yeah.
But it's that's almost deadly as an artist. You have to really get out.
There's tons of events on IndieJamz page. You're gonna have to step out one day.
Yeah.
You should go to probably the ones that are not as extreme. Like, I know for sure Ozone Rhythm is kind of out there. It's like, looks like a concert, the lights, everything. You're just like, oh my God, what did I get myself into? Am I ready for this? But there's some that are just like regular open mics, and they're just calm, and people are snapping their fingers, and you can be yourself, and you don't have to overdo it. I think you would fit in really well.
That actually sounds really. I might have to check that out.
Yeah, there's a couple, and they're up on there, and I actually have more that I'm going to be posting throughout the week. It's just like everybody has something, so you don't have to feel like, oh, I'm an introvert or not, because you know what, the truth is, you're an artist. And you have something to showcase to the world, regardless of how you feel about it. This is what you're here for. So you're eventually gonna have to do something about it.
Yeah.
Because you're here, so you took one step.
Yeah.
It's like I put you around people, so now you got forced to take one more step. And I think that I wouldn't say the smaller venue. I would just say the calmer crowd of people who are just honestly, they're just there to feel. They don't even really want to talk much. It's not like a networking powwow where you have to be like, oh yeah, here, get my Instagram. But they're just more like, wow, you'll see like snapping fingers of like, ooh, that's nice. Like, so there's different events for every kind of person or every artist out there.
Yeah, definitely.
So what's next for you? You working on an album?
I'm working on like several different projects. I just actually got to run into a producer, Madam Musa, shout out to her. But she's just real dope soul, and we've been working on a couple things. I've been working on an album for like a year or two, working with a couple different artists on it, and looking to hopefully wrap that up. But just dealing with certain hiccups on there, it can be a hindrance. So I'm just looking to kind of just power through it and finish that up as well. So hopefully get something around June, July time, project wise, and then maybe something else a little bit later around like. A little bit around maybe like October, November. So hopefully at least 2 before the end of the year.
That's good.
Yeah, those are goals.
I was like, that threw me off too. I was like, wait, what? They're taking me off? No, I'm just playing. So I think that's cool the way you spaced it out. That's going to give you a lot of time to work on your projects, each individually, so that you're not rushing into it. And thank you. I got you. In this business, the music industry itself, it can get very stressful.
Yeah.
You can take on a lot even doing 2 projects in 1 year is still to me like what? Because I don't ever think I even released one like official project, like ever sat down and said, okay, I'm good. I've done events and things like that, but when you talk about music being your stress reliever, that really takes me back to maybe I should just start writing again.
Yeah. It's like, it's really important, like, you know, we all want this to be like a career and everything, but you kind of have to remind yourself, like, hey, this was fun at one point. Like, I like this.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I just read something today, and it's like, you know, everyone wakes up every morning. You know, you think you're living the dream, you know, but in reality, there's no life really in what we do. We wake up, we get ready, we go out in our day, we work, and you come back, check your social media, you know, you talk to people. Yeah,
exactly.
You're programmed in a way where there's no real life in what you're doing. So at some point, and this is why I think being an artist is so cool, because you get that one-on-one time with yourself where you can be one, you can be creative, and you can be like, well, what do I want? What do I feel? Just like, you know, Christopher was saying about where he was at his life when he created the song, and he just knew, like, he knew what he wanted to do. And that's what it comes down to, because you take that, oh man, that time is so precious. It is so precious. All right, so before we get into your track, because I do have it queued up, it's Watch My Back, right? Wait,
yeah.
You have multiple tracks?
Well, that'll be the track.
Okay.
Like, Watch My Back.
Tell me about it.
I, like, every now and then I just like to rap. That sounds really generic. It sounds really bad.
Every now and then. Not all the time.
But like how like a lot of people can
that
really.
Should be a shirt.
Yeah, I just
every now and then. I
like to rap.
Actually, they do it like that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I got 10%.
We're gonna get the paperwork out like as soon as it wraps up. We're good. But I think a lot of people, especially as artists, you know, you kind of overthink things. You overthink like, okay, well, I need a hit, or I need this to play like in a club, or I need this to sound enough mainstream so that it sells. But really, every now and then you have to take a step back and just say, like, this is what I want to do, and I like it. You know, and if someone likes it, cool, and, you know, bless up, but I kind of want to do what I want to do with this. And I really enjoyed, like, way back when, like, people were just rapping. Like, when you hear, like, Kendrick Lamar on a song and he's just going off, or you hear, like...
That's so funny, because my girlfriend says, I was like, oh my God, Kendrick's on TV, I gotta watch it. She's like, why do you like him? I'm like, because he's dope. And she's like, well, I can't understand anything he's saying. I'm like, if you really listen, you can. It's because he has so many bars. He doesn't breathe. He just keeps going and going and going and going.
And every now and then, it's just like, it's so much fun to do that. It's fun to say, like, okay, what's the most clever way I can say this? Or how fast can I do this? Can I push myself to, let me push myself to, like, my breaking point. And then, you know, you continue to do that. Like, even with exercising, if you're just lifting up 5 pounds a day, I mean, that's cool. Like, you're 5 pounds strong, I guess, if that makes sense. But until you push yourself to your limit, you're never gonna grow. So every now and then you just gotta, you know, push yourself to that limit, whether it be how long can I hold a note when singing? Can I rhyme this word? You know, people said, oh, orange is unrhymable. And then Andre 3000 did it. So
that
it's
was
like,
so cool,
yeah,
right?
it was.
That
I'm
was a
like,
great reference.
wow, like he really did that, you know?
Yeah.
So like, it's kind of like, you know, just pushing and exceeding your own personal limits. And at the end of the day, you know, when you do that, you'll be your favorite artist, and you have your own self-love and self-respect, and that's what's most important.
Yeah.
So.
You need to come out with the book. I know.
I know.
I'm just gonna call you
This
whenever
is
I need
funny.
motivation.
Yeah, I'm having a bad day. Be like, so Legend, what's your word of the day?
Is it dancing?
Is it dancing? Yeah.
I could seriously listen to you for like long periods of time. You know, there's a lot of knowledge behind you, and I think that's why you spend most of your time by yourself. No offense, not saying you're alone by yourself, but I find that sometimes when I go out, I struggle with people around me, because I'm just like, did this person really just say that, or this or that? So it takes a lot to grab my attention. You know? So I gotta like really be intrigued, or you have to be an artist, obviously, because you gotta have something to talk about. But other than that, yeah, day to day, I'm usually by myself too. If I'm not like on the radio talking artists and stuff, so now I get you better after listening to you. I'm like, all right, it all makes sense now.
Like he's not that weird.
No,
not that weird.
he's not a loner.
A little bit.
He probably reads a lot.
You got to read it right.
All right, so obviously there's tons of indie artists out there in the world. They all need some advice, and I'd like for you to give them some out of your new book that's about to be published. We're getting percentages out of that.
The best thing I'd say is kind of like what we spoke about. Just always exceed your own limitations. Always have self-love before anything else. Because anybody else around the world will love you, but at any point they can go. But that self-love, that self-respect is forever. So do what you love. If music is what you love, do it. And work consistently. Even with this song, I'm so worried because I'm like, dang, my production of it might not be as good. But if you never move forward, you're not going to move at all.
Right.
It's like the bass saying slow motion better than no motion. So, just keep pushing forward. If you got a song, drop it. If if it's not, at par, or if there's certain things you need to work on, take that knowledge into the next song, and just learn. And something that I learned it's a quote that I learned. It's called "fail forward." If you do fail, failure has like a negative connotation to it, but if you learn from it, you never quote unquote fail. It's just a learning process.
I don't sink in failures. I think that's one thing that people feel defeated. I had something happen yesterday and I literally sat on the couch and I was just like, well, what? Why? And then I went and today woke up and I went for a run and I came back, I just laughed about it. I was just like, that's insane. Did I really just do all that? Life is gonna throw things at you, man. So you're right. Just keep going, and
as long as you learn from it, keep going. And those failures or those moments will dwindle away. They're never gonna last forever. As long as you learn. We learn fire's hot. I just burned myself. So let me not touch the fire. You don't gotta worry about getting burned every other day of your life. This is hot.
I probably touched the fire.
Every now and then. Maybe that fire was just hot, but fire, and overall might not be.
All right, so Legend, obviously you're on social media. We did have an opportunity to shout you out on IndieJamz, but if you want to go ahead and share all your social media, and make sure you let everyone know where they can get your music.
Okay, well, social media is Legend Music. I'm sorry. I just don't even be on social media.
We about to pull it up
real quick just to verify. I think it's Legend Can Rap _, and that should be for Instagram and Twitter.
Okay.
Right now.
Oh, you tweet.
I'm there.
I just take everything from Instagram.
I retweet a lot.
Right on. Ain't got
Seriously, it's so much easier.
Yeah, but definitely Legend Can Rap _ and right now it's on SoundCloud. I'm in the transitioning process to get it to all major platforms.
There you go.
I think right now I'm just focused on just putting out work, working consistently, and working with other artists and just trying to break out of my shell.
Yeah, well there you go. You're surrounded by some artists who've been doing this for quite some time now. Video 4.0 especially, he's got his own studio. He's doing this thing for real.
I'm already ready to come back.
Yeah, so they get you guys maybe work together on a track and look out for each other, and then next thing you know you're on everything that you need, every platform, and your music is out there because that's the best part about IndieJamz is that you get to meet other artists and network and work together. And if that's somewhere where you want to be and they've already been there, then it's that much easier for them to help you because you kind of get to skip all the bad stuff. Skip all the bad stuff. Just hear them out and be like, all right, you're right. Maybe I can do it that way and it'll work better.
Yeah, and I really appreciate those that have already went down a path, especially new to the scene. So people are like, hey man, if you're this kind of artist, do this, don't do this, try this out. At least hear them out. You might end up doing your own thing, but you kind of have that, almost like a cheat code. Why am I gonna fail as much? When I have people who already failed and they already tried looking out for you.
Yeah, I had 3 brothers and 3 sisters, so they taught me a lot through their
mistakes.
I was like, I am not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. But it's all good. We do have your song queued up. This is Watch My Back. I want to give you an opportunity to just sing.
Okay, so Watch My Back. I'm on IndieJamz radio right now, and this is the song. I hope y'all love it.
Check. It's been a little minute, let me let my demons exercise. And exorcist is not advised. It's your body, recognize the motherfucking pocket. This ain't for games, this ain't for fun. It's aimed at someone, anyone behind the door who's hating on it. Bigger than that you really might have lost it. You do not want this. On my mind, you never crossed this. On my ground, moving in caution. Because slavery was never an option. I'm locked in. Murdering rock it really gonna, they can come and get it. Don't forget it, I'm only but it won't keep me up to set it. You better think you better, I'm thinking how. So it's in the hour. You're back down when you're burning, you can sit off. Who wants that? You with your wife. You can't see the money and what I go for you, but you gotta put the work in the few go for it. So every night, I'm down on my knees. Pray for me, pray for peace. They get at least. I make a net on the track to get back in the book in the lease. Put me in peace, let me the peace. Putting in work until dollars and peace. Running at night to my sight, so I'm too late to have the lights on, but the mic goes look. Artists, you might get so shook. This is reason to make it no looks. Or give and take what they know looks. You get it? Some of these newfound stars just worry about cars. This shit is on a Tesla. As you meet my own kids, just putting out bars. This shit is on a Tesla. Tell me what you need, what you right, treat me to a sexy and scream for me. And I'm Christian when you call me Jesus. No great shit about it, I'm just saying to please us. Woke up feeling like a son of Will Smith. My first name, bro, my those and those things, and those and those things. But all the kids, I turn the two stones, and one strong straight. Legend.
Woo, big shout out to Legend with the bars.
Thank you
The
so
chocolate,
much.
if I had emojis to throw out in the air, the chocolate bars right now. Yeah, you did that, man.
Thank you so
big,
much.
Yo, big ups on that Aaliyah sample. You know,
Yeah,
Aaliyah
yeah.
is like everyone's heart and soul. Who, at least if you were, somewhere in the 80s, 90s.
That's everybody, no matter what. That's baby girl Leah right there.
Hey, it's so good, man. Yeah, I just really enjoyed that track.
Oh, I appreciate that so much.
I know, there's more to come from you.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna get you linked up with video for He's got a studio in my park. It ain't gonna be here, it's gonna be there, but you gotta get to work, man.
Yeah.
Because these people wanna hear what you got.
Man, you got a lot to offer, man.
I appreciate that.
Well, that voice you guys hear.
Wow.
Hold on, I got a match video for this one. Hold on, I brought my sheet. I know how to do it. What's good? Welcome to